Now, welcome back. Now, there is a Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Ordinary Level as well as the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Advanced Subsidiary Level. Results have been burning issue over the past 2 weeks. Now, out of a total of 38,019 full-time candidates, only 8,133 qualified for the Advanced Subsidiary Level, representing some 21.4%. Now, the Namibian College for Open Learning aims to strive to be a world-class institution of excellence, accessible to all, with committed professional staff, educating people through an innovative range of open and distance learning programs and providing quality service in a sustainable manner. Now, the recent NSSCO as well as NSSCAS results showed a high number of pupils who did not obtain enough points to qualify to the next level. Now, how prepared is NamCol for the 2023 intake? We get to engage Laimi Mbango, who is a public relations officer at NamCol. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to GMN.
Good morning, Mr. Lot. Thank you for having me on the studio. Looking at the results, I would say it's worrisome. It's disappointing, but there is something that can be done.
Okay, we'll get back to the results. Let's perhaps maybe touch a bit on the mandate of NamCol. Take us through some of the programs and activities that are offered by NamCol.
NamCol is an institution that is enacted by government, and its mandate is to provide programs that are tailor-made for national development. We are specialized in 3 categories. We talk about secondary education, which is now your grade 11, 12, and AS. We offer tertiary programs where we then have your short courses and diploma and degrees. And lastly, we offer the technical and vocational training courses. Now,
maybe perhaps touching on the earlier issue that you mentioned, the results that you said that are a bit disappointing, but from a different aspect. There was now an outcry concerning the new curriculum that is being implemented right now. Some say that it is partially to blame for this failure rate. Now, as a stakeholder in education and providing that is adult as well as out of school youth education, what is your view on that as an institution?
Well, what we can say about the new curriculum is that all the materials used by NamCol are developed and created through the National Education Curriculum from the National Institute of Education Development, NIED. And we believe that the curriculum itself is developed in such a way that it will upgrade and it will give quality to the education system in Namibia.
Now, in terms of NamCol's, NamCol's own curriculum and material development, would you say that that is aligned to the modern education and the modern times that we are currently living in?
Of course. After COVID-19, every institution got let's say a wake-up call to sort of shift from textbook-oriented education to more of online learning. And NamCol has developed an e-learning platform which is more flexible in learning. Apart from now our normal print modules that we normally provide to students when they register, this content has been developed online on something that we call Notes Master. And it focuses more on multimedia. We have videos, we have audios, and we have quizzes that are very interactive and engaging, making the learning environment more fun for learners than compared to, you know, in a classroom. So NamCol has also managed to produce and manage radio programs that, of course, aired here by NBC and community radio stations. We also have that on TV, NBC and One Africa TV. And I think that in itself is really a sign that government is not too laid back. It is doing something in, you know, moving with time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the NamCol's capacity to accommodate learners that failed last year, that didn't make the cut. Do we have the ability and space to accommodate those learners?
Okay. It is possible that we might experience an issue of capacity, but all in all, when we look at capacity as NamCol, when we register, we look at the subject enrollment. That's how we know how many students we are offering English, how many students are registering for agriculture, and such and such. After now enrollment, this is a yearly thing. We then derive a mechanism that we use to project of what we can expect in the following academic year. But for this year, it is, of course, the results is very low, so we might have a lot of students that might be coming knocking on our doors.
That's approximately 33,000 students who,
Yes.
out of only 5,000 something have qualified. So that means quite a number that is there.
Yeah, so we are hoping to accommodate as many as we can, but we are not saying we are going to accommodate all, because we also have our requirements. But all in all, we are saying that this year we have a projection of 48,750. We hope to reach that. And because of the number, we'll definitely reach that and probably accommodate more students. But
is this your 48,750? Is that what you expect to be
yeah,
to have
for
in
this
terms
year?
of intake?
For this year.
What is your current intake?
Currently, I'm not quite sure with the number, but this is what we have for this year.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what we have. What is what we planned to get.
Okay.
So we can get more than this. We can accommodate more than this, but this is what we have for now.
Okay.
Yes. What we are saying is that should we then have an issue whereby the textbooks that we normally provide during registration are not sufficient, we then have an option of providing students or learners with our e-book, which is online.
Okay.
Not online, but electronic. And this is just like you going, registering, paying, but then you don't get books, physical books. You get them electronically. Yes. So I think that's the way that we will take should we exceed our maximum.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's talk about, normally when people talk about education, you know, it's quite expensive. How affordable are these prices of NamCol compared to that of other institutions of higher learning?
To be honest, I truly believe that NamCol offers the best and affordable prices. For this year, our registration is $120, non-refundable.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have per subject for ordinary level, grade 11 and 12, is $320 for one subject. And you can take up to 3-4 subjects.
Okay.
Okay. And for AS level, it's $430. It's a bit more, but that also comes with the material and you know the weight of that AS level. Other than that, there is $690 for data. Yeah, I think all in all, roughly, if you are registering, you need about 1.5,
Okay.
not more than 2,000.
Okay.
And I think this is really a reasonable amount compared to other institutions out there.
Is that specifically for the whole year? Is that just registration? Is registration once off, or do you have registration twice a year?
No, registration is once off. That's for the whole year. Okay. I think you will only need to pay again $90 per subject for the examination.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the scholarship that you are offering. What are the specifics in terms of these scholarships? What are the requirements? And yeah, how can one benefit from that?
Okay. NamCol is an institute of excellence, but it also wants to give back to community through its social corporate responsibility. And this is where the scholarship comes in. This scholarship entails enrollment fees and examination fees. The scholarship is offered through the regional councillors, constituency officers in the region, all the 14 regions. So they do the call-outs, they receive the they give out the application forms, and then they receive the application and do the whole process and selection. They send the successful candidates to NamCol head office, where we then register the successful candidates. Okay. So the scholarship in itself, we have realized that we will get students that register at the beginning of the year, and then some attend classes and some submit assignments, and then come examination, they'll tell you they do not have money to pay for the examination. So NamCol says, you know, we have these students that are sort of, you know, having a second opportunity at education. So we can fund some of them, you know, for them to improve their marks and consequently find a better place to further their studies and be somebody in life.
Okay. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, we're out of time. We hope we could have more conversations, but we hope to have you back in studio. I think once your academic year has commenced and all the intake is finalized, so that we talk about those numbers and see how the academic year is prevailing as time goes on.
Sure.
Okay. Now, that was Emily Mbango, who is the Public Relations Officer at NamCol, talking to us about the commencement of the academic year for the year 2023 for NamCol, and also indicating that they have a capacity to intake 48,750 learners for this academic year. So if you didn't make the cut in terms of the ordinary and advanced level, it is advised that you please make sure that you visit NamCol offices countrywide in all 14 regions and inquire to see if you do qualify and get that second chance to improve your results and also definitely become a productive member of society. Now do stay tuned. GMN gets to return shortly after this break.